Discover new workout classes in your community through the Let's Workout app. With the app, you can easily find classes in your area and sign up for them. The app sends alerts about new classes within a 10-mile radius of your location, so you never miss out on an opportunity to get fit. Let's Workout is also a great platform for trying out new types of classes or finding a new favorite instructor. You can filter classes by type to find the perfect fit for you. Plus, the app handles all the payment details, so you can focus on getting the most out of your instructor in class. Download Let's Workout today and take the first step towards a more active and healthier lifestyle.
Aluva Life Greens actually started for me when I was 23 years old. I went out and bought a $400 industrial juicer, and I started juicing every single week. And I hated it. It took so much time, it cost money, and it was a process. That's when I started making the Life Greens product. It truly is the one drink that you should take every day for the rest of your life.
My name is Amy, and I absolutely love fitness. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and a professional makeup artist. Eating healthy is not the easiest thing. We get so busy in our lives, it's really hard to take the time to eat healthy and to eat right. My absolute favorite thing about this product is that they combine reds, greens, and probiotics in one mix. You put it in your water and you shake it up and voila, it's so easy and it tastes amazing. You'll feel a difference. Then you start believing that you really can change and that you can actually feel better.
Our CTR Media Network sponsors.
Thank you to our corporate sponsor, Sheree Moore of SheTrucking.com. SheTrucking.com is a community committed to helping women and minorities establish and maintain successful careers in the transportation industry. To learn more, go to SheTrucking.com. Thank you to our platinum sponsors, Eleanor and Leroy Mason from HappyandHealthy.Global. HappyandHealthy.Global is a business that educates and provides essential natural wellness products to build your health and your wealth. Go to HappyandHealthy.Global today to learn more. Thank you to our silver sponsors, Business Course Academy. Business Course Academy is dedicated to helping to educate entrepreneurs and startup companies with the tools and the knowledge needed to successfully grow and generate wealth for their business. Check them out at businesscourseacademy.com.
Thank you to our CTR Media Network sponsors. To learn more about our sponsors and CTR Media Network, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, the host of the Tina Ramsay Show and podcast, powered by CTR Media Network. I am so excited to have with me today yet another heartpreneur. Yeah, that's what I call them, when people lead by their heart first. And then, of course, God just bless it with your bottom line. That's just how I go by default. So today we have in the building the amazing, the phenomenal
Casey Carter.
Casey Carter. CC is in the building. So I heard your story today, and it moved me from a parent perspective, from a relationship perspective, from a life perspective. You hit me in all the areas, okay? And so, and hearing some of your journey, what made you decide? Because I heard some of your story and how things was overlapping over 15 years and things finally came together. So you can't run from no blessing.
No.
You can't run from it. So tell us a little bit about you, why you do what you do, and why did you start?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you know, I grew up in Salt Lake City, and I was not a big fan of network marketing. I really wasn't. In fact, the reason being is because every time somebody would approach me, I always ask them the one-liner. I'd just say, how much does it cost to be a part of the financial side? You know, what does it cost to sign up? What are my monthly fees, my annual fees? And it didn't matter if it was $1 or $2,500. I always said no. And because I don't feel like you should ever have to pay to be a part of a company, ever. And, you know, if your product is so good, why am I paying you to go sell your product? You should be paying me to tell people. So I've always said no. But then when Aluva came around, and that was my first question, is how much does it cost to be a part of it? And they're like, well, nothing. I didn't know what to say. I was like, I've never had half a backup question. Like, That was always my way out. So I was obligated to take the product. And once you get involved in this industry and you take real health and wellness products, I vouch for all health and wellness network marketing companies because they're better than anything you can buy on a shelf. So I'm all about that. But this is a very special product. It's really impacted our family in a way. I can't really tell you exactly what it's done because it's a lot of medical claims, but I'll tell you, it's saved mine and my wife's son, and that right there, it's priceless. So I just want to change the world, and if it can make that kind of impact in our home, underneath our roof, I think of myself as becoming a roofer. I want to fix as many roofs as I can. So.
All right. So when you say that you grew up in Utah, I know Utah is the mecca for so many homes of the health and wellness industry, the network marketing. So growing up, seeing all these places, was that the reason why you developed the mentality? I'm going to say no. Because you saw it all the time.
Yeah, when you see something, it's like my favorite thing to eat is pizza. But if I ate it every day, it'd only take about 5 days before I'm sick of it. So growing up in Utah, which is also the same reason I left Utah, but growing up and seeing it nonstop, it's like I never gave a company a fair opportunity for me to even listen because I was just tired of hearing nonstop. So when, looking at something outside of the box, and that's what I did is I put myself outside of the box. I was in an environment where I wasn't being bombarded by the industry, and it gave me a fair shake to see what the industry is really about. And I'm thoroughly excited.
I am too, because as you already know, it changed my life in such a short period of time. And I'm not new to this rodeo. I've been in health and wellness for over 15 years and have tried so many different products. And I'm going to be honest, all the products that I have ever tried have worked. I just didn't know it was any product or had the experience of any product working so fast. Usually it's a 30, 60, 90-day detox process to get this and that and the third out, which I was fine with it because I know I had some toxins in my body. But when I drank some of the greens, and this is my personal experience, so this is my testimony. I'm not making no claims. I'm just telling you my testimony. 30 minutes after taking it, my eyes was brighter, my focus, I had energy. I didn't even know that I was stressed and feeling anxiety, but I felt like this big just shift, like I was so calm. I was so calm. And I'm a person all about affirmations, and I remind myself throughout the day, you are amazing, you are this, you are that, I am. Honey, after drinking that, I knew. I didn't have to say another affirmation the rest of the day. But I'm just saying, it just changed. It's like it shifted my mind. And I was able to focus, think, and pull. And I mean, after that, you talking about productive in my job, productive in my life. Like, so it's things like this. And I never talk about a product that I just got introduced to. But this is different. And so I want as many people to know as possible, this is going to be one of my personal missions on Movement, because health is your true wealth, okay? It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire. If your health is in the toilet, you would give everything just to have more life, okay? And if Bill Gates didn't teach us anything, that's one of the things that he taught us, is that it doesn't matter about the money at the end of the day. What matters is the love, your life, and what you do with it, your purpose driven, okay? And so with all that being said, you are an entrepreneur. So what made you decide to even go into the entrepreneur state of mind? Because growing up in Utah and probably having traditional parents like myself, they teach you about, get that 9 to 5, that 501, that 401k, get a little stability. So what made you go against the grain?
Well, I am unlike most people. I was very, very blessed. My parents were serial entrepreneurs themselves. My mother always taught me, and she would always say, you can do whatever you want to do. You can have whatever you want to have, but you got to have one thing before you do it. And before you obtain it, you have to have belief. And at that moment, it just clicked for me. And, for perfect example, I always wanted to be a professional soccer player. Always. Like, it was my sport growing up, and I never made the A teams. My dad was a coach, so I always got to start. But it came to my freshman year, and I went to tryout, and I showed up with football cleats, and I got sent home, and they were like, you can't, because there was a spike on my toe. So I ran home, and my dad walked in on me in the garage, and I had a file, and I was taking one of his files to one of the spikes on my shoes, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm making soccer cleats. And he's like, well, go get it. You can do it. So I ran back to the tryouts and tried out, and I walked on there like, no, you can't. Same cleats. And I said, no, look. I filed it off, and he's like, okay, whatever. I made the team as a freshman. I became the captain of the soccer team as a freshman, a varsity, and went pro right out of high school. And, it's because of my parents. So that's why. So I've only had one job. I was a dishwasher. And even when I was in high school, I started my own company. So I've been a serial entrepreneur, inventor, own engineering firms, real estate companies, mortgage companies. I've done a lot of different things. And it wasn't until, in fact, I had an intervention from my family when I got involved in network marketing. They're like, what are you doing? You have all the right things to succeed. And at this time, I owned an engineering firm. My mom was my CFO. She's like, what are you doing? So I gave her all the shares of my company, walked away. And they're like, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. But I'll tell you, it's been the biggest blessing. And you can have anything that you want. You just have to believe it. But belief is not temporary, because you can't try on belief. It's either there or it's not. So.
Wow. So you said something. Okay. So the fact that you grew up in a family that was a family of entrepreneurs, that is definitely different. But that's a blessing. But then to find out that even though you grew up in a family of entrepreneurship, when you brought them about network marketing, they were like, wait, hold up. Yeah. So it's kind of like the same scenario that parents, they're traditional 9-to-5 workers, and then their child come and say they're going to be an entrepreneur, and they're like, oh, no. So even though the entrepreneur, but they said network marketing, whoa. Yeah. But the fact that you reassured her, and then you said, well, get the shares of the company, it's going to be okay. And now, how does it feel to go full circle? So you took that leap of faith, you did the network marketing, and now your parents can see that, hey, this really works. So how does that feel?
Well, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because, most people are brought up in a household where you're taught to go get a degree, get your 9-to-5, save for your retirement. And it just has never made sense to me. But it puts me in a position to where I wouldn't want to say I have influence over people, but people are willing to listen to a different perspective. And so when I paint a picture of you really can have, do, be anything that you want, but you've got to have 100% unwavering belief. And network marketing is the industry that literally is given that to you on a silver platter. I love when people make fun of network marketing, and they say, do you realize there's only like 2.5% chance of you becoming a millionaire? And I says, well, as a W-2 employee, you have 0.0000225% chance of becoming a millionaire. So I think my odds are a little better. And from that, I've created 37 people that have become multimillionaires. And I didn't do anything except open the door. Because what's crazy is you can come into this industry and make nothing, or you can make a lot of money. But if you treat it like a hobby, it will cost you money like a hobby. But if you go at this and you see true value in what you're representing and who that can help, the sky's the limit of how many lives you can change. And you can, my family came from very entrepreneur, but they don't share their money, right? I wasn't given any money from my parents. My dad didn't even sign on my first loan for a car. He's like, you got to figure it out yourself. I had to. And I said, what if I fail? And he's like, I'll catch you. That's it. I'll catch you so you don't die, but you're still going to get up and do it again. But network marketing literally gives you the opportunity to apply yourself in a manner to where you've got to understand that failure is required to succeed. And this is the problem that people have. They think success is 100% successful. But success is built on 98% of failures and only 2% of success. Isn't that wild?
I have never heard anyone break it down like that. You guys, I need my mic, but I say this is a drop mic moment. Okay, so I need my mic. But to know your perspective and your mindset and how you can shift it. I mean, he just pours so much life into me right now when you look at the word success. Okay, how do you measure it? It's 98% failure and 2% winning. So if you're failing, you're just one stepping stone away from achieving your level of success. And that's different for everybody. Everybody have different things that they think will qualify them as successful, okay? And so whatever that is for you, that you're just a couple steps away. You just keep moving. Keep moving. So that was powerful right there. So Casey, where do you want people to follow you on social media? What do you want them to do and to connect with you?
Well, if they're watching this, they're already connected to you. They don't need to follow me. They just need to lock arms with you, and let's go change the world. Like I'm literally doing this not for me. I've already been to the big show and I've already done all that fun stuff and got all that kind of recognition. I just want to be able to be there for other people on the background. So if anybody wants to gain connection with me, it's always through you. Like, it doesn't need to be directly through me. I don't want that type of notoriety. I don't need it. Right? But if anything, you've got to understand, like you said, everybody's definition of success is different, but it's all built on the same exact principles. And you can ask Michael Jordan, you can ask Oprah Winfrey, Jeff Bezos, it doesn't matter. I mean, Michael Jordan has missed more game-winning shots than anybody has ever even taken. Now you think about this, Babe Ruth, what's he known for? Hold a world record for home runs. And everybody talks about that. In fact, he set a world record for that year. But that year, he actually set 2 world records. But people didn't talk about one. Really? Yeah, he holds another world record the same exact year for the most strikeouts. He was willing to fail more than anybody in the league to be known as the best. Right? I mean, Tiger Woods says it all the time. I don't learn from the shots that I make. I learn from the shots that I miss. So
that is so true. So I want to thank you for coming on to the show today, and also the fact that you are extending and yourself to so many different people, and the fact that you changed so many lives, not only through health and wellness, but financially as well, which can be a callous to ruining your health because you're stressed all the time. And so the fact that you was able to make over 30 plus millionaire let me not leave that out, multi-millionaires. So they have their health and they have their wealth. And so this company is so different. I have never experienced anything like this before from a product perspective and from just people perspective. I mean, I feel like I already knew them when I just walked in the room. But this is our first time meeting. Right. So I want you guys to really, if you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for a breakthrough, I feel strongly that this is it. And come on and lock arms with us so that we can go change the world on this new movement. You can have it all with your health, okay? If the COVID didn't teach us anything, it taught us that life is precious, life is short, and we need to do anything that we can possible to preserve the measure of health that not only you desire, but you deserve at the end of the day. You can't enjoy your life if you're sick all the time, no matter how much money you have. So if no one told you this today, that you are worthy, that they love you, I want you to know that I love you, okay? And I want you to know that the Tina Ramsay Show and Podcast, we got your back. So until next time, I want you to do what? I want you to keep smiling. We'll see you next week with another amazing guest. Talk to you later. Bye.